Well. Dak Prescott better be Superman today if the Cowboys plan on beating the New York Jets. Let's go. Yep. We are live Sunday morning. Yep. Let's get this thing going. Great day to worship the Lord. Great day to be with friends and family. And a great day to talk the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. As you come into this live stream, please hit that like button, share, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. Hey, yes, we are live. And if you see that HYPE button, hit that button also, as we are about to talk Cowboys. So, if you haven't become a channel member or subscriber yet, please do. We have a lot of great things coming up this season. Now let's talk facts. Let's go. It is the Sunday morning Cowboys show, brought to you by Let's Talk Cowboys. Boy, let's get this thing going. Man, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, man. I had some issues come up, but we back at it like we never left. Man, got a great show this morning. We're going to try to get it all in within about an hour and 15 minutes or somewhere in there. But we have a great show planned for this morning. Let's see what we're going to be talking about. Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is going to have to be Superman today. Dak Prescott is going to have to be Superman to beat the doggone New York Jets, and we're going to talk about it. Then we're going to go to 105.3 The Fan for a couple of things I didn't get a chance to listen to. But I want to listen to Brian Broader's breakdown Justin Fields, and then I want to listen to Costello from New York talk about the New York Jets. And then we're going to get to our game preview. I'm going to give you what I call the storylines. I'm going to give you some stats, and I'm going to give you my prediction of the Cowboys if they do well and if they don't do well. So that's the show for today. Dak Prescott, Brian Broaddus, Costello on the Jets, and the game preview. We're going to break this Cowboy Jets thing all the way down to the very last compound. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. Let's get us a quick roll call in. Whether it be 5 or 5,000, we talking Cowboys. Let's go. Current urban events. What's going on? Yamar, what's going on? Roderick, my brother from Flow Rider, what's going on with you? Big Mouse Dog up in this thing. What's going on this morning? Good morning to you. Big Down 8604. Good morning to you. Yamar, he said in Madness choosing us to win too. Yes, sir. I think we're going to win it. Douglas Harrison, what's going on? Good morning. Travis Beck, top of the morning to you, my brother. He says, Ed Cowboys Nation, let's get this dub today. We better get this dub today. Good morning, Captain Rita Kiss. What's going on with you? The Vibes, good morning. My man, the Big Rambowski. Said, got my Sunday morning coffee, man. I'm going to get mine done after I get off this show. 5 points of the star. Good morning to you. What's going on? He said, gee, this team better eat on all levels today, boy. We're going to have our work cut out for us, though. Devin Mills, what's going on? He said, miss you guys and gals, been busy. Hey, me too, Devin Mills, but I'm back at it this morning, and we're going to be back at it this afternoon, too. Dominique Pittman, my man, what's going on? Good morning to you. Lord Nova 85, what's going on with you? Yeah, I mean, Big Mouse Dog said, gee, you mean MVP, Rain Dakota Prescott. Yes, sir. Tristan York, what's going on? He said, really hope our defense shows up today. They better show up today. The Basement Boys in the building. What's going on? Roger, appreciate that super chat. Yes, sir. He said, good morning, Cowboys Nation. Gwen Bowden, what's going on with you? Good to see you. It's the Jiggle Man. What's going on with you? Tristan York, appreciate that super chat. All right, let's get this thing going. Emmanuel Hill, good morning to you. He said the Cowboys better come with the bad. Yeah, they better get theirs. They better come with it today. No doubt about it. All right, so let's get this thing started. First things first, let's go over here and check this thing out. I want you to listen to, if you have not heard this already, I want you to hear what Dak Prescott said. We're not going to listen to the whole thing. I just want you to hear something that Dak Prescott said that I believe that is absolutely incredible. And I'm going to be talking about it some more this afternoon. But man, let me tell you something. Brad Schottenheimer is already, he's been talking about the confidence that Dak Prescott is playing with is incredible. I'm telling y'all, this looks, y'all might not remember this, man, but y'all gonna call me a prophet before it's over. I said when this season started, I said we're about to see the best 3 to 4 years of Dak Prescott we've ever seen. I said it, and I'm sticking with it. We are about to see the best 3 or 4 years of Dak Prescott's career. Dak Prescott is going to continue to absolutely ball out. What the Cowboys have got to make sure they do is they got to get on the ball and don't waste the way Dak Prescott is playing right now. We don't want to be the Cincinnati Bengals from last year. They have got to get this defense together, and they got to string together some wins. They have to beat the Jets today. They absolutely have to beat the Carolina Panthers that week after. They absolutely have to beat the Arizona Cardinals. The Cowboys have got to beat the Denver Broncos. The Cowboys have got to go on a run because they're going to get healthier as the bye week approaches. The Cowboys need to go into this bye week with about 5 to 6 wins. And then they'll have that week off. And then they'll get back Overshown, Carson, CD should be fully healthy. You should get Booker back. I mean, a lot of things should start clicking for the Cowboys around that time. And I'm also predicting that Jerry Jones will probably make some kind of move or two also before that time. So the Cowboys need to make sure, don't be like last year. The Cowboys got to be in striking position so that when they get their players back and they hit the meat of that schedule, they're going to be ready to go. So I want you to hear Dak Prescott. I think it's the first 4 minutes. Listen to what Dak Prescott says. You want to talk about somebody that is playing with supreme confidence? Check this out.
Obviously, you guys, fought a hard fight and played well against the Packers. How do you build on that and the importance of getting back in the win column when you guys face the Jets?
Yeah, obviously on the offense, got to keep that momentum going the way that we finished that game. All those drives from the second half, carrying in overtime. Obviously, we want to score there, but there's a lot of good. We got to make sure on offense we come out and we start fast, something that we didn't do last week and we didn't do the week before. So that's the importance this week, and we know if we can do that, we can get in that rhythm and we can keep going. And defense is obviously going to make some plays, help us out, and get a good complimentary win on the road.
Dak, obviously a long season. How long does it take for you guys to really figure out who you guys are as a team for each individual year?
I'd say somewhere through this first quarter. I feel like we should have a great idea after this one. And then obviously in the next road one, another good road game next week. I think these two coming up, we should know exactly who we are after that. Get a good feel on this one, and then what was that, game 5, I guess, or 6? We should know exactly what we're capable of. We should know our strengths. We should know our weaknesses. We should be fixing the things that we need to fix to make sure that we're just getting better each week as we move forward.
Bill Parcells used to talk about the importance of demonstrated ability, and now that you've demonstrated on the field what you can do with GP, how important is that for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, it's huge. I don't think that was any surprise to either of us or any of these guys in the locker room who's watched us from the spring practice and attack the defense. But it definitely was a show, right, for the rest of the league and put them on notice. So it's about continuing to build and understanding when C comes back that you've just got another big-time weapon. They got 2 ones and guys that you can move around, guys that you can trust in different positions. You can trust on dang near any route. And, we just got to make sure that we build from last week, and we're only getting better this week.
You're averaging.
Dak Prescott has put the league on notice. Dak Prescott is on a trajectory that is incredible. Dak Prescott is going to surpass 2023. Dak Prescott balled out in 2023. Dak Prescott is currently on a trajectory of what, 5,000 plus yards? 40 plus touchdowns? Do y'all realize that Dak Prescott, almost every single week, Dak Prescott has been playing with one arm tied behind his back? Dak Prescott has been playing. I want y'all to think about what happened. Cowboys traded Michael Parsons. The Cowboys lost CeeDee Lamb. Cowboys lost Tyler Booker. Cowboys, of course, already don't have Overshown. The Cowboys, every single week, it's like another injury, another injury, another injury. Defense, man, we don't even want to talk about defense yet, but the defense has been absolutely atrocious. And yet and still, as long as Four stays healthy, this team is going to continue to have an opportunity to win. And so, again, man, you can listen to this on your own in its entirety. But when I heard that part, I said, wow, Dak Prescott is putting the league on notice. Man, you want to talk about supreme confidence.
Yes! Here we go!
Man, Dak Prescott is starting to remind me of Neo in the Matrix. When Larry Fishburne said he's starting to believe. Yeah, he's starting to believe. And even Brian Schottenheimer talked about how Dak Prescott is throwing off the back of his foot. Just ultimate confidence right now is why Dak is playing at this next level. And then he got something else going on. Dak got something else going on with these breathing exercises to kind of keep him in the moment. So I'm telling this man, Dak Prescott is doing his absolute thing. And as long as Dak Prescott stays healthy, the Cowboys are going to be fine. And I do believe the Cowboys should be able to go on a run over these next few games. Cowboys should be able to go on a run as going into the bye week, because some of these teams that we thought were going to be good, well, at this point, they haven't been good. So the Cowboys have a great opportunity. I mean, start out with the Jets, beat the Panthers. The Panthers are in disarray, so the Cowboys should be able to win these next two games. The Jets game going to be tough, though. It's going to be tough. You watch what I tell you. But the Cowboys should be able to win that. I believe the Cowboys will beat the Washington Commanders in Dallas. The Cowboys should start hitting on some cylinders by then. I do believe, hey, let me tell you about Bo Nix. Bo Nix has been having that doggone, he's been having that sophomore slump a little bit. I think the Cowboys will be able to beat the Broncos. I think that they can beat the Arizona Cardinals. They don't look good at all. So when you look at this, the Cowboys absolutely have a 5-game window to where they should be able to they should either be able to win all 5 of these, or at the very minimum, the Cowboys should be able to win 4 of these, and maybe they fall in the middle and they win 4 of the next 5. If the Cowboys win 4 of the next 5, they will be what? 5-3-1, which will be incredible going into the bye week. And then that'll give us about 8 more games. And I do think the Cowboys could maybe pull off another 5 games in that. But it would be better if the Cowboys would go ahead and get this 5-game win streak, come back, beat the Raiders, beat the Eagles at home, beat the Chiefs on Thanksgiving, and then we'll see what happens with the Lions, beat the Vikings at home, see what happened with the Chargers. But I think we've had their number. We can beat them, see what happened with the Commanders. The Giants are going to look a lot different when we see them in the last game of the season, so we have got to get ready. But I think the Cowboys should be hitting on all cylinders by the time we get to that point. But right now, 1 game at a time. Got to beat the Jets today. We have to beat the Jets.
Yes! Here we go!
Let me read a couple of comments here. I appreciate y'all rocking with me this early morning. Let me read a couple of these. Yep, appreciate y'all. Salute to you too. Hallelujah. What's going on? What's going on? Hey, what's going on, Big Amish? He said, how do you square Dak's playing record 3-5 last year with this year's shoe? Man, Dak is on a whole other level this time. If we could just get the defense to be at number 20, Big Amish, we'd probably be the best team in the league. we would be the best team in the league if we just had a defense that was at number 20. A-Dot said the Matrix makes more sense today. Boy, don't it, though. Woo! Don't it, though? Dominique said, Big Amish, me personally, I think Dak was already injured prior to tearing his hamstring last season. He just didn't look right. Yep, Dominique Pittman, I didn't want to admit it, but I think so too. Carolina Cowboys, Jason Blue is being unleashed. Yes, sir. We're going to talk about that in a moment. 5 points to the star said if the D can match pass defense up with run defense, we will be fine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, on this Sunday morning. You're exactly right. Yeah, I'm with you. Lord Nova 85 said Jaden Blue can't wait to see him hit the field today. Woo! Can't wait either. Current urban events. He said, let's go, G. Yes, sir. Let's go. 402 Omaha. He says that Denver going to be hard. Yeah, it's going to be hard to win in Denver. No doubt about it. It's going to be hard to win in Denver, but I think we can pull it off. Richard Owens, good morning to you. Robert Simmons, top of the morning. Jay, what's going on? Yeah, they need to go 1-0 every week and not worry about going 5-0 the next few games. Well, this is me talking, not them. And maybe why they lost to Chicago, because they were looking ahead to Green Bay. Now, Jay, I said this. I believe that they were looking forward. At least this is what I believe. It doesn't mean it's true. But I do believe they were really looking forward to Green Bay. At least the offense was. Defense ain't looking forward to playing nobody. They ain't looking forward to playing nobody. Perk DePaul, what's going on? What's going on? Good to see you this morning. Dominique said if we remember Dak was in a walker boot during the offseason. Yep. Talking about it was because he was going on the water. But yeah, I got a feeling it was something else. All right. So let's get into this next portion, this next segment. Next segment, I want to check out Brian Broaddus talking about the New York Jets. Let's see what he's talking about.
Hey, kids! Your old pal Krusty's gonna teach you 5 new words.
You're not wrong about that.
From Dallas, Texas, number 55, Brian Broaddus.
Thank you very much again, Lucius, for playing that. Dawson, thank you for the introduction. Thank you to Reliant, again, for being a part of this. Been great partners with me for a while now. Really do appreciate it.
Doing a heck of a job, man. They're getting their money's worth.
Really appreciate them for doing that, though. They don't have to, and they do. And it means a lot. It really does.
Moss Dog said our defense was playing hopscotch.
Jets, I think there's 4 players you need to be concerned about with the New York Jets defensively. I think I'm going to start with Sauce Gardner on this one because he's the cornerback that if, in fact, that you are down another wide receiver with Turpin, we'll get the report today. That should be out here in a little bit. Whether he practiced or not, I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to play. He's got a sprained foot. They're concerned about that. But I didn't get a timetable on that either yesterday when I asked. So maybe something better came about. We'll see. But you're going to be down likely another wide receiver this week. And what you're going to do is you are going to get Sauce Gardner, who will travel. He didn't travel very much last year, but he's traveled a lot now that Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilkes are part of this defensive package. And so I would expect to see them try to take away Pickens, and if there's no Turpin, see if anybody else could beat you on the outside. Now, Dallas did a good job last week of their receivers winning. You know, when you looked at the other receivers and how Tolbert got involved and then Flanoy got involved. But it's going to be a challenge this week for this reason, just because I think they're going to try and take Sauce Gardner and put him on your best guy.
What are you seeing from Sauce? Because when I just look at it's Pro Football Focus, I get their grades are a little wonky sometimes, but it seems like he's gotten progressively worse as a player.
A lot of pass interferences this year.
When you watch him play, the things that I respect about him as a player, and I watched all 4 of their games, and what I do is I break them down to their sacks, their pressures, the way they defend the ball, the pass, the breakups and stuff like that. So the thing with Sauce, I've always admired him, is his ability, how competitive that he is. And you're right, I think the grades are a little wonky on him, but I think when it comes to playing the game, I'm a fan of his. I'm a fan of the way he covers. I'm a fan of the way he moves. I'm a fan of the way that he is, that he puts himself in position. I think he's super competitive, and I think he relishes these opportunities to get to walk with these guys, and try and cover them. I think he gets a lot of respect that way, but I'm not saying that he is the detriment, because on the other end of that scale. The guy that's the real problem for the Jets is Brandon Stevens. He's the one that quarterbacks have almost a perfect rating against him throwing the football. When you look at his game, he's number 21 for the Jets. He usually plays as the right corner, and teams when they've attacked him it's been outstanding.
Tolbert and Flournoy have enough to do that?
Well, that's going to be the trick now. That is going to be the trick, because if whoever's going to play on the outside there has got to, and I hope that they stay away from Gardner. I just think the Gardner Pickens matchup is, now Pickens tore him up in a game last year in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
That's
All right.
something to keep an eye on. But
I guarantee us, Dak Prescott is not staying away from George Pickens because Sauce Gardner's on him. Sauce Gardner has been committing quite a few pass interferences and holding calls this year. Oh no, they're going for it. Now, the player who we're going to talk about a little bit later, the player who the Cowboys actually need to make an X factor and get involved in the passing game is none other than Jaden Blue. They need to throw Jaden Blue into the passing game. This dude is almost as good as a wide receiver. Works out as a wide receiver. A lot of speed. Get him in space. Let him be the Kevontae Turpin of the game today, and let this dude go to work. He hungry. I'm guaranteeing you. If the Cowboys, they need to use him as a wrinkle. They really do.
You in this particular game, we'll see what happens a year removed. Pickens played great last week, as we all know. But, man, if I'm going to go after somebody, it's the other corner, because Brandon Stevens is having problems.
Perk, I think what's name can eat too. I think Flournoy can eat. It doesn't matter what route. He is a blinking light for opposing offenses when it comes to coverage.
So that the way that secondary plays, I feel like you could do something against Andre Cisco, their safety. Is another guy that I feel like that maybe we'll see with Ferguson what he could do, but they're having some problems covering some tight ends.
Yeah, maybe Cisco, that can get up the seam today.
Cisco's a big guy, but he doesn't run particularly well. And the movement and stuff will give him some problems. So stay away from Gardner. I would. Because I think he's got that ability to make plays. We've seen him do it before. Stevens, I don't think can make the plays. And Cisco, if you're running the seams and stuff like that, the middle of the field, I think that's the guy you go after.
Ferg.
This team struggles when they don't get pass rush. They struggle. They give up completions. They give up a lot of completions when they don't get pressure. But the way they're going to bring pressure is they're going to bring it. They think that they could get home with Jermaine Johnson and then also Will McDonald. Now they played pretty well against the when it came to the running game stuff against the Steelers in Week 1. They gave up only almost 3 yards a carry.
Not happening against Cowboys.
The Steelers. And but they've struggled kind of since.
Yeah, we running
Buffalo
on them.
Got them pretty good, and then you've seen the last Tampa, and then Miami. I think has been right around 124 yards rushing. But the pass rush stuff has to come with pressure, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to try and bring help for McDonald and Jermaine Johnson, and then also with Quinnen Williams there being in the middle.
And that's if Johnson can play, right? I saw he's day-to-day with an ankle.
Yeah.
How big would that be if he can't go?
Well, that would mean that maybe then you would see either Brandon McGregor or Michael Clements would be the guy that they would have to step in and be that guy.
He's a handful.
Yeah. The thing that I like, I mean, I think the McDonald, he's a little bit like what you're doing with those the Giants edges, that he's a thinner, longer guy. And maybe you take the ball right at him a little bit. So in the running. Now, this team, Dallas running the football, I think they've got a shot at running the football against these guys, because I think that when you watch the Jets, their front tends to slant. And teams who are catching them going one way, and then the ball kind of coming breaking back the other way, they take themselves out of a lot of position. Chief, your tackling stuff with the Jets was worse against the Dolphins than it was anybody else.
Watching them versus the Dolphins the other night, it was like,
they had a problem. They had problems.
They were missing everything.
They had They had problems tackling in the Dolphins game, but overall, but the biggest problem that they have is they will take themselves out of position when it comes to playing run defense. They will slant one way, and then they haven't been capable of getting back and then making a play from that.
That's the thing about those slant fronts. It's like it can result in some great TFLs if you're on it and you're slanting the appropriate way. But if you get caught slipping, you can give up explosives in a big way.
Yeah, and teams were able to, like I say, they struggled with having to play some run defense. But
now, when they slant, are they trying to get in the gaps quicker?
Yeah, they're trying to wreck your blocking scheme is what they're trying to do. So, for example, they're playing as that say they're playing as the 3 technique, that outside eye of the guard, and then maybe they're slanting them to the right, they're slanting them further away. So they're trying to take it. Say you're running the ball going to the left, they're trying to say, okay, we'll slant the front to the strength of the offense, because most teams run behind their strength. Sometimes teams will mess you up and set the strength one way and then take the ball back the other. But they're mainly trying to get in gaps to kind of deal with the blocks going strong side is what they're trying to do. But this crew, like I said, they will run themselves out of some plays. I think that Quinnen Williams he's done a much better job. Last year I felt like that he wasn't as good getting pressures. This year he's getting back to his old ways. He's hard to block one-on-one. He's got a lot of power. He does play with some quickness. I will say this, though. I felt like that T.J. Bass did a pretty solid job last week in the pass protection and the run blocking. But this is
different. Like Green Bay has the smaller, quicker defensive tackles.
This is a big, bulky, square playing guy that will just pick you up and walk you back to the.
He's so damn strong.
He's an animal.
Really, really, really strong.
Two-way guy. You mentioned the pressures tied for 7th in terms of interior defensive linemen with 13 pressures, 15 run stops, 5 more than any other interior defensive lineman.
He is that, and that's the thing too. The run stuffing is big for him, and it's gotten better. I mean, like I say, last year he probably didn't have as many, but right now he's absolutely doing a great job with that. And
I don't know if I'm sleeping well if I'm Brock Hoffman right now.
Well,
no, you can't be if you're Brock.
No, this could be some difficult, but these guys together have done a pretty good job. Like I say, against Pittsburgh, you could watch Pittsburgh, and they played really, really well against the run. Like the Steelers didn't. Steelers had no explosives in that game, whereas Buffalo, Tampa, and Miami all had explosives.
I trust this Cowboys rushing attack now.
Me too. I'm not worried about it. They're going to run on.
It's going to be solid.
What if Smith is the only starter? What if it's the line of, what if it's if we get Nate Thomas as the starter at left tackle?
It is going to be it, I think.
Hoffman, Bass, and Steele.
I'm good.
I would still trust that. I trust Nate Thomas enough.
Me too. I'm good.
Steele's an animal in the run game. But if you lost Tyler Smith, like with the knee tendonitis thing, if that thing flares up in a way, and then all of a sudden you don't have Tyler Smith and you got 3 backups on the interior, now I would start to have questions. But with Tyler Smith, still got Steele, and then even with Nate Thomas in for Guyton, I don't think that's necessarily.
Yeah, Devin Mills, I'm excited about.
To recap all this.
Am I crazy for that, or do you agree?
Yeah, I'm excited about the thing with him.
I think to me, I like Nate Thomas in the run game. I think Nate Thomas.
Same here.
I think Nate Thomas brings you a little something. I don't think there's the thing I would worry about is the backups to the backups.
I thought Mingo was playing this week.
Yeah,
okay,
because
good problem to have.
No, that's the issues that they if it gets to where somebody else gets dinged up, do you have enough?
We're pretty injured. Brian R.
Third guy.
No, I don't. I mean, the Cowboys have really good depth on the offensive line, but
they do.
You don't
run
really
handle. What up?
Third stringers.
No, they don't. But just to recap this, expect Sauce Gardner to travel.
Prayers up, my
Will
brother.
McDonald is, I think, their best pass rusher. It's going to be a little bit of a problem with Quinnen Williams inside because of his run stuffing ability. And then also the guy, if you're going to throw the ball, go after number 21, Brandon Stevens. He's the guy that seems to be the mark for them.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Krusty's Corner brought to you by
Yeah, I appreciate everything Brian Brothers had to say. I think the Cowboys are going to be fine as it pertains to the Jets as far as offensively. I'm not worried about the Jets offensively. I mean, defensively. I'm really not worried about them defensively. I mean, I don't care who you are. You're going to have a hard time stopping the Cowboys. And if they try to go one-on-one with Sauce Gardner and George Pickens, I'm sorry, but I love that matchup for George Pickens. Man, let me tell you something. I love that matchup for George Pickens, man. I'm just telling y'all, man. It seems to never fail. It seems to never fail. There are very few players, when you start talking about these counterbacks. Sauce Gardner got a 4-year, $120 million deal. Man, I'm sorry, these guys don't look the same after they get them deals. The only guys that have looked good after them deals to me that I can even think in my recollection is dudes like Deion Sanders. I mean, Deion didn't, man, shoot. You didn't think he was paying Deion enough. I mean, dudes like Darrelle Revis. I mean, dudes get their money and still be just top notch. And I'm gonna tell you another cornerback that people be hating on, man. But let me tell you how something. Shoot, Sante Samuel back in the day. Shoot, Sante Samuel was an absolute monster. Boy, people don't give Sante Samuel his credit, boy. Sante Samuel was an absolute beast. And a lot of people don't even understand it. All right, let's get this final one in with Brian Costello. He's going to talk a little bit about, I'm not going to listen to the whole thing on him, but he's going to talk some about Justin Fields. I just kind of want to hear what he says about Justin Fields, and then we're going to move on to our own breakdown.
Let's preview the Jets Sunday right here on this station with Brian Costello, Jets beat reporter from the New York Post. I like the detail in his Twitter headline, the added sentence of, I don't write the headlines. And, of course, we always go right to the New York papers for the best recaps in sports. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
I'm good, guys. How you doing?
Doing pretty well. What is the headline that you did not come up with that you caught like the most grief for?
Yes, sir.
There's been a million of them. The New York Post headlines, particularly on our website, they can be rough sometimes. And, people ask me sometimes when they come to New York, well, what's different about New York than playing other places? And, if you throw 3 interceptions in Jacksonville, you're going to get criticized the same way you're going to get criticized in New York. But if they lay him out in the newspaper, they do the – he does need to see more results on the field soon. The problem for Aaron Glenn right now is it's not just 0-4. It's been a bad 0-4 in terms of penalties and turnovers and dumb mistakes, which has kind of been the hallmark of Jets football for a long time. So I think fans would be okay if they were losing close games and playing really well and just being outclassed by the Bills and the Buccaneers and the Steelers, but it's been ugly. And Monday night they played another 0-3 team in Miami. They turned the ball over 3 times. They have 13 penalties. They fair catch a punt at the 2-yard line. It's been dumb football. And so I think that's what Aaron Glenn has to fix right now for people to truly feel good about his culture.
Well, let's hope he don't fix it today. Let's hope the Dallas Cowboys force him into all kinds of mistakes. That's what we want today. Let's get the Cowboys to force him into all kinds of mistakes. And don't let us be the get-right game. Let us be the game that really bury him. I mean, I would love for the Cowboys to run up 40, get a 40-17 game today. It'd be great for this team.
Well, it's not just culture, Brian, but you've got the defensive aspect for Aaron Glenn, where it's like he's brought in here as, here's one of these bright defensive coordinators who's going to be a great communicator. And the defense has struggled a lot, it looks like, for the Jets this season compared to recent years. Is there panic on that front? I mean, if everybody feels good about the culture, is there panic about what?
McDowell, you said Surtain looks the same. From what my understanding is, though, he's had quite a few pass interference calls and holding calls this year. He's been pretty aggressive. But, hey, I'm not taking nothing away from Surtain. I wish we had him. He's an absolute beast of a cornerback.
What's wrong with this?
But going against Pickens, I like Pickens on that matchup. I really do.
Defense, why isn't this working under Aaron Glenn yet?
There is. It's not so much about Aaron Glenn though. Like just to understand, like the Jets were clear hiring him. Hiring him was not about his defense, right? This wasn't like Chicago hiring Ben Johnson because he's this amazing X's and O's guy on offense. Hiring Aaron Glenn was to hire a leader. Was to hire this guy that was going to clean up the mess and what you guys talked about, the culture, change the culture, change that. The Jets have been down the road where they hired a great defensive coordinator like Robert Saleh. They hired Todd Bowles when he was the hot defensive coordinator. They made it clear when they were making this hire, they were not out to hire the best coordinator. They were looking for a leader. And Aaron Glenn came in and he handed the defense to Steve Wilkes, a veteran coach. He hired him, and Aaron Glenn, I wouldn't say he's hands off. He's involved with it, but it's Steve Wilkes is calling the defense. So I don't think people are so much pointing the finger at Aaron Glenn with the defense, but yeah, it's been bad. And Steve Wilkes is now, people are starting to look at him and going, did they hire the right guy there? Because they're giving up 30 points a game right now.
Brian Costello, New York Post, joining us here, 105.3 The Fan. How is he in game? Is he a go for it on fourth down like is Dan?
Yeah, Ron Hanna, this is going to be my Sunday morning stop. We'll see how long I can keep it going if I can get up in time. But yeah, we're going to do Sunday mornings from 7 to about 8:15 every Sunday morning for the rest of the season. Yes, sir. A new slot.
Campbell was when he was in Detroit. Is he like a very aggressive? How is he in game?
Yeah, he's been a mix. There's been some fourth downs where he's punted where I thought he'd go for it. And like if you're looking at Dan Campbell would go for it, right? He's still, Aaron Glenn, like we just talked about, he is a defensive coach, and defensive coaches tend to be a little different in that regard, in my experience, than the offensive coaches. So there are times when you're like, okay, 4th and 6 in midfield, is he going to go for it? And he punts. And he hasn't been totally aggressive so far. But he's also, it's not like he's completely old school either. He is going for it on some fourth downs. Their play calling hasn't been particularly good on the 4th and shorts, and that's been a problem. But he, so far, it's kind of been a mixed bag with him in that regard.
Is the quarterback for next year?
Now, the bad part about Aaron Glenn is this. It was his defensive calling in Detroit was his claim to fame. I'm not sure that's tough. You handed the defense over to somebody else. Question is, will the ownership have the patience to allow Steve Wilkes or whoever else, he has over there to develop? Or will they tell him, hey, Aaron Glenn, you're going to have to take defense over? I mean, I know what he's doing. He's trying to be the head coach. But we saw what Jerry Jones did with Brian Schottenheimer. Jerry Jones basically said Brian Schottenheimer wouldn't be the coach if he wasn't going to be the OC calling the plays. So, Aaron Glenn, man, we may see a situation where Aaron Glenn may have to start play calling. Man, people don't have that long leash for you, man. New York is one of them places. They are a terrible ran organization, man. I don't know how long that leash going to be. Rombowski said he's agreeing to disagree. He said he thought the New York Jets played hard. Played harder on offense. Played harder on than their defense. They're playing hard for Glenn so far. Yeah, well, it's not working out for him, obviously. But I tell you what, man, he may have to win. He may have to realize, bro, your claim to fame is defense, man. You may have to claim you may have to call your own defense. Man, you don't get many opportunities to be a head coach in this league. And sometimes you only get one. Oh, yeah, Devin Mills. Sam Williams needs to touch that bench a lot more along with Sanborn. Both of them. Man, I ain't even saying TH. I'm saying BOF. Both of them. Williams and Murray need to be on that bench. Murray needs to get turned in a little more, tuned in a little bit more before DeMario Overshown comes back. I think the Cowboys need to upgrade at linebacker, period. I just think they need an upgrade. I would seriously think about Maurice Leofau, Overshown, and Shamar James, and maybe going out there in free agency and seeing if you can get a linebacker. Linebacker to me is the one place this team could improve. Safeties, we got them on the team. Cornerback, we could do something at cornerback too. But linebacker, I think it's the single place that we can make the biggest improvement. I think the edge is going to improve itself with Jadeveon Clowney and James Houston. Let's just do a few more minutes. I want to hear him talk about Justin Fields, and then we're going to spend the last 20 or 30 minutes doing our breakdown of this game and the storylines.
on the roster right now?
I'd say no. I think Justin Fields will be here next year. They gave him a 2-year contract. They gave him $30 million guaranteed. So I think he'll be here. But my gut is they're going to draft a quarterback, and there's going to be a quote-unquote competition next summer. We know how that goes. And, maybe Justin Fields starts the first 3 games, and then the quarterback comes in the 4th game, like we're seeing with the Giants right now.
Devin Mills. Kendricks is out there on them streets, bro. Kendricks played way better than these linebackers we got. At least as far as my eyes told me, he played way better than these linebackers. They need to bring Kendricks back. Yes, sir, I'm with you. Carolina Cowboy, you can book it. The Jets are going to play us hard. But I'm hoping well, you know what? What gives them a chance, and we're going to talk about it when we get into our breakdown, it's our injuries. That's what's going to give them a chance.
Those situations. So, but I think Justin Fields will probably be here. He might start the season next year. I don't think he's the long-term answer though at quarterback.
How has Fields been playing?
Very up.
Justin Fields is my worry because he can run the ball. I saw this 4th and 1, I think it was last week, and he turned it into a 40-something yard game. He's the one I'm worried about because this dude can flat out run the ball.
Down. It's really, he played really well against the Steelers, both throwing the ball, running the ball was impressive. He did nothing against the Bills. Like he couldn't hit the side of a building that day. And then he got a concussion at the end of the game, so he didn't play week 3 against the Bucs. And then in Miami, he really didn't do much for the first 2-3 quarters. And then he had a really nice 43-yard highlight run for a touchdown. And he moved them pretty well in the 4th quarter. The hard part to tell right now is, are these defenses kind of taking their foot off the gas late in the game, and the Jets are taking advantage of that. But he's made some nice throws. It's just not consistent right now.
Brian Costello, New York Post, joining us on the D&M Leasing Hotline to preview the Cowboys on 105.3 The Fan. How are you looking at the Cowboys as a matchup, Brian? Are you looking at it as like a coin toss, very gettable? Do you think the spread is not big enough?
Last question, then we're going to go to our breakdown.
How are you looking at matching up specifically with Dallas?
Yeah, I thought the spread wasn't big enough. I thought Dallas probably deserved to be favored by more. I think they're similar teams right now in terms of both defenses aren't playing well. They both have new coordinators. It seems like things are, there's an adjustment period going on. The offenses have been better. I think Dallas's offense is better. To me, the difference in this game is Dak, right? Dallas has a quarterback playing extremely well. The Jets have a quarterback who's been okay. So I think, with bad defenses, if this game ends up being a shootout, the Jets can't hang with the Cowboys in a shootout game. So I think most people view this as a very tough game for the Jets. There's this history. If you guys remember, this isn't a very significant game for the Cowboys, but for the Jets, in 2019, they started 0-4 with Adam Gase as coach, and they beat the Cowboys at MetLife Stadium in the 5th game. Sam Darnold had a long pass to Robbie Anderson, and Jamal Adams played at the end of the game, and they beat the Cowboys. So that was Gase's first win that season. So I think the Jets fans are kind of looking at that and going, well, maybe that happens again. But I think it's going to be tough for this Jets defense is kind of reeling right now. I'm not sure if they can get their feet under them against the Cowboys offense.
Brian.
Yep, this is one of the problems. See, now the Jets are in a very their backs are against the wall now. They're 0-4. They're gonna throw everything but the kitchen sink at the Cowboys. You watch what I tell you. What do they got to lose? They're 0-4. They already know they're not making the playoffs. Bernard Fields, you hit it right on the head. The league set us up with 6 to 7 rushing quarterbacks to start the season. Wear our lackluster defense out early. Shaking my head. Yes, sir. Big Ron Bowski says that been the Jets all year long. Output has been in garbage time. Fields can run, but their defense does play hard for Glenn until the game is out of reach. Yes, sir. Christopher Palmer said, we have an excellent starting lineup at corner. I understand next what you mean, though, brother. Yeah, cornerback look like if we get the cornerback situation healthy, I think we'll be okay. But I think the biggest position that we can improve upon is the linebacker position. The linebacker position to me would change this time. And I think they need more than Demarion Overshown. Maurice Leofau, Demarion Overshown, and maybe you move Murray, or maybe you see what's out there and see if you can do something better. Dolores Betty Boop, what's going on with you? All right. Let's get into our breakdown. Let's get into our breakdown for this game. Our last segment, but it is going to be our best segment. The game preview for Dallas Cowboys versus the Chicago Bears. And I'm going to expand this breakdown that I'm doing, this breakdown that I put together. I'm going to add some more stuff to it as I go. Let's get this thing going. Yep. Welcome to the Let's Talk Cowboys Jets. Cowboys versus Jets preview. Let's get it. Storylines for today. Y'all tell me what you think. These are the storylines for the day for me. Schottenheimer returns. Nah, no big deal. He been gone way too long from the New York Jets. But Aaron Glenn returns to, Aaron Glenn plays Dallas. I shouldn't say return to Dallas. Plays Dallas. Aaron Glenn plays Dallas. Remember, he used to be in Dallas. The big story for this game to me, and this is the part I'm concerned about, it is the injury report for the Dallas Cowboys. The injury report for the Dallas Cowboys is literally insanity. The injury bug has bit the Dallas Cowboys every which way but loose. But another storyline, Jaden Blue debut. Okay, so Jonathan Mingo will not play today. But Jaden Blue, it is the biggest debut for this team. Man, I am so ready to see Jaden Blue. I hope this dude goes off today. Jaden Blue, I hope they use him in the kickoff game. I hope they use him in the passing game. And of course, I hope they get him out there on the edges in the run game. Next up, White Cotton and Solomon Thomas are returning to New York. I got a feeling that Solomon Thomas is going to have a great game today. Solomon Thomas. And he's already been balling out this whole season. I got a feeling that Solomon Thomas is going to have a great game for the Cowboys today. Also, next storyline. Will the defense improve? Listening to Matt Eberflus this past week, I wasn't encouraged any. I just got to see them on the field now. I wasn't encouraged any. Finally, my last storyline, and it's the biggest storyline of the day. Can Dak Prescott be Superman again? Until this defense gets fixed, and until these injuries are better, Dak Prescott will have to be Superman every single week. Dak Prescott literally has to play almost perfect for this team to win every week. This is all going to be on Dak Prescott. Brian Schottenheimer is going to play this thing smart. We're going to talk about what I think Brian Schottenheimer is going to do a little bit later. But again, can Dak Prescott be Superman? So, this is the injury report for the Dallas Cowboys. It is literally insane. Tyler Booker, ankle, out. CeeDee Lamb, ankle, out. Tyler Guyton, concussed. I'm thinking he's out. But maybe he'll play. Malik Hooker, injured reserve. Nobody's crying there. Kevontae Turpin, foot, out. Tyler Smith, tendonitis in the knee, questionable. We'll see if he can play the whole game. Also, questionable report. Marshawn Nealon. Marshawn Nealon is dealing with something. Miles Sanders is dealing with something. I'm not going to cry about that. Kenneth Murray Jr. is also in the injury report. Not going to cry about that. But this is the injury report. It is insane. It is insanity for the Cowboys. It is insanity for the Cowboys. It is. And this is really what's giving the New York Jets a chance. If the Cowboys were healthy, the Jets wouldn't have a chance. But that's the name of the game in the NFL. It's a battle of attrition. It's a battle of attrition. So, Cowboys injury report is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Christopher Palm, I would love for us to bring back Kendricks. Okay. Replacement report. Some of this is good news. Okay, I thought Jonathan Mingo was playing. So Jonathan Mingo's not playing. But Jaden Blue's debut. This is going to be huge for the Cowboys. And I hope they play him in the passing game, in the run game, and of course they'll play him in the return game. Nate Thomas, if he plays left or right tackle, believe me, it's not going to be a bad thing. It's going to be a good thing. I'm cool with it. Brock Hoffman is an absolute beast. I'm cool with it. Wanye Thomas, I'm glad he's taking Malik Hooker's place. Malik Hooker get healthy, but I hope Wanye Thomas keeps the spot. Wanye Thomas, we're good. TJ Bass. Man, let me tell you something. These guys that we got as backups could be starters on other teams. TJ Bass, Nate Thomas, Brock Hoffman, I'm not worried. Cowboys offensive line, I think they'll be okay today, especially going against the New York Jets. The injury report for the New York Jets is pretty much nothing compared to the Cowboys. They're missing Michael Carter II, the cornerback. You know, he's out. Jermaine Johnson, edge, ankle questionable. Kenny Nwangu, running back, ankle questionable. But other than that, the Jets' injuries are definitely not their problem. All right. Let's look at the offensive stat comparison. When you look at the stats, the way this game stacks up to me is it's incredible. Offensively, the Cowboys. Offensively, the Cowboys are better in every single way. Yes, sir. Ron Hanna, I sent prayers up to you earlier. I hope you heard that. Prayers up for Ron Hanna. Cowboys offensively, how do they stack up? Cowboys, yards per play 5.9, New York 5.3. Points per play 0.418, 0.393. Rush play percentage 35. New York run percentage 48.47. I don't even know if that's really a win, but we'll you know, I don't even think it's a win. That's why I got it in white. Pass play percentage, the Cowboys 64%, and they're balling. Dak Prescott 72.51% completion percentage, balling. Dak Prescott is balling. Now, where the Cowboys have got to improve today, the Cowboys have got to be better on third down. 42.55 third down conversion is terrible. I don't know if this is play calling, personnel, combination of the two, but they have got to extend drives because when they get to third downs, they are failing more than half of the time. Red zone percentage, Cowboys have been stellar, 66.67%. They have been incredible. Now, offensive position comparison. The Cowboys versus the New York Jets offense. We got the better quarterback. I think we got the better running backs. I think we have the better wide receivers. I think we have the better offensive line, even with injuries. I think we have the better tight end in Ferg. The coaching, I'm going to give that nod to the Cowboys. Overall, the Cowboys are better than the Jets. But here becomes the problem. One, the injuries. That's why the Jets will still be in this game today. Number two, when you get to the defense. How do you have the number one offense in the league and the worst defense in the league? How? Opponents' yards per play, we're giving up 6.4. Opponents' points per play, 0.502. Opponents' completion percentage, 73.33. Opponents' third down percentage, 58.18. Opponents' red zone percentage, 64.71. Oh my, woo! How can your defense be this bad? This bad? Oh my, this, how can your defense be this bad? How in the world do the New York Jets got a better defense than us? This is why they're going to be in the game. This is why they're going to be in the game. Not because of their defense matching up with our offense. Even though we're injured, I think it gives them a better chance. But because our defense is the opposing team's defense. Our defense is the opposing team's defense. This is crazy. Our defense is so bad for us, they're like the defense for the other team. The Big Brownbowski said the Fields is way too inconsistent throwing the ball. That's been his Achilles heel, a roller coaster. Flukes gets no excuses today. Big Brownbowski. If there has ever been a day to keep a quarterback in the pocket, it's Jordan. It's Justin Fields. Make this dude play quarterback. Make him play quarterback, bro. Next up, defensive position comparison. We're lopsided. Cowboys defensive line better than the Jets. Cowboys linebackers, I don't even know who the linebackers are for the Jets. I still know they're better. The cornerbacks for the Jets, just because they have Sauce Gardner, they're better. Safety position, I don't even know who they are, but I'm sure they're better. Coach, defensive coach, I gave this to the Jets. It's really a wash, but I'm giving it to the Jets. Overall defense, they are better than the Cowboys defensively. This is what's going to, and it's not the fact that their defense can match up with the Cowboys offense, but the Cowboys offense is not fully healthy. So this will allow them to be in the game somewhat. They will be able to be in the game, and the Cowboys going to have to take it to them. The Cowboys going to have to take it to them. Shoot, boy, you ain't lying, Bernard Fields. He said, we got that trap house defense. Boy, you ain't lying. Madman X, what's going on? Reality Cowboy said, our defense isn't just bad, it sucks. He said, it sucks. Boy, you ain't lying. It's bad. Jay said, I would like to see Aaron Whitecotton call the defense. Boy, you and me both. Woo! So it's the defense, not their defense. It's our defense that's going to be their defense. It's going to probably keep them in the game. Hey, but I'm with you, Big Brownbowski. This doggone Eberflus ain't got no excuses today. Offensive keys to the Cowboys winning the game against the Jets, pretty simple to me. Run the ball 35 times. Run the ball 35 times. Keep your defense off the field. Let's see if we can get Javonte Williams 20 carries again. And then let's see if we can get Jaden Blue about 10 to 15 carries. Let's run the ball down their throat. Run it 35 times. I only want to see Dak Prescott throw the ball about 23 to 25 times. Even though that hasn't happened, he's been throwing the ball about 40 times. But we need Dak Prescott to lessen those throws, less chance of putting that offensive line in a situation to where they have to block the pass. Run the ball 35 times. I say throw it about 25 times. Start fast offensively and defensively. Again, this is no-brainer. Let's get some 3 and outs. Keep the offense on the field. Offense, first drive, score a touchdown. Big matchup in this game is going to be George Pickens going against Sauce Gardner. I don't care if he's traveling. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm going to run Sauce Gardner legs off. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm going to put Pickens in motion about 65% of the time. Keep Pickens moving. Give him the advantage off the ball. Next up, receivers other than George Pickens are really going to have to step up today. Jalen Tolbert, second wide receiver today. Jalen Tolbert has got the ball. Jalen Tolbert's got the ball today. Jonathan Mingo, okay, someone said he's not playing. I thought he was going to be playing. Cowboys got to get Ferg down the seam, and I would love for them to get Ryan Flanoy involved in this game and get this man going. Let me see here. Hallelujah said, speed ain't everything. You got to be able to read blocks. Let's see if Blue can do it. I'm not worried about him blocking this week. If I was them, I'd actually move in the passing game some today. Dominique Pittman said 35 rush attempts. Yeah, 30 passing attempts. Yeah, that's about where I am too. Newhouse fam, what's going on? He said, we got to change the pace of running back today. Yes, sir. No excuses, and Blue can catch out the backfield. That's where I am, Newhouse fam. I really do believe the Cowboys need to use him out of the backfield if possible today. Use him out of the backfield today. Madman said Aaron is a troll because he said defense is bad. Ross said, man, I heard even Flus could be on the hot seat if things don't improve defensively. I'm hearing this on New York Talk Radio. Well, he needs to be on the hot seat. It's one thing not to have the personnel. It's another thing to be that bad. It's another thing to be that bad. Yeah, Newhouse fam, let's get NFL HD up out of here, man. Let's get him up out of here. He's spamming in here. Again, long drives, time of possession. Cowboys got to do it this week. Long drives, time of possession. Charles Moon. No, they can't overlook the Jets. The defense, our defense is too bad to overlook anybody right now. Man, we couldn't overlook a Pee Wee team right now with this defense, bro. Every game, we got to be on high alert. Long drives, time of possession. Cowboys, no turnovers. No turnovers. And finally, protect Dak Prescott. Ron Hanna, I'm with you. Jaden Blue, 20 touches today. And he will be returning kicks. So we're going to see if he can help us in the return game. Again, some of the stuff I talked about last week, pretty much the same. Run Blue 15 to 20 times. Javonte 20 to 25 times. Hunter Lipke at the fullback position. Minimize penalties. No turnovers. Lipke at fullback again. Win time of possession. Score touchdowns. Turpin in space. Blue in the passing game. George Pickens deep shots. All right, let's get this thing here. 3 and outs. Matt Eberflus. This is not going to happen, I believe, but I don't think they're going to spot Justin Fields, but I think they need to. They need to spot Justin Fields. I don't think it's going to happen. I heard Brian Schottenheimer explaining away this week. I heard him explaining away spying out the quarterback. Gap integrity on the rush. They're going to have to keep this dude contained. The vibes, yes sir. Yeah, have a blessed day. I'm going to preach this morning, and I'm gonna be watching the game right after the sermon today. Ron Hanna said crazy work. Pee Wee team, boy, we can't overlook nobody, bro. Reality Cowboy, he said I want 40 runs. That's what I got up here. 25 Williams, 15 Blue. Yes sir. Christopher Paul said we haven't looked that bad on defense in years. Christopher Paul, but this thing is bad, bro. This bad. Hey, Bernard Fields, I just want to see the sideline of Blue break one today. Hey, you need to see me if he break one today. You need to see me if he break one today, because I'm going to go nuts. Okay. Matt Eberflus. Matt Eberflus needs to get some 3 and outs. Spot Justin Fields. Gap integrity on the rushing. Stop the run. 30% blitz in the day. No big plays. Boy, we're asking for a lot, aren't we? Boy, we asking for a lot, ain't we? At least I am. I'm asking for a lot from Matt Eberflus today. All right, we talked about this last week. I'm gonna say it again. More Clowney, less Sam Williams. Deron Bland, less Kyrie Elam. Less Damone Clark, Sam Bourne, more Maurice Leofau. I would love to see Marquise Bell get some reps today. Wanye Thomas is in. Play more cover 1 in man. Know where Garrett Wilson is today. Move that blitz percentage up to about 30%. Play physical, play aggressive. Spy, end, or contain Justin Fields from running. All right. My thoughts for the day, what's going to happen in this game. Justin Fields is going to run the ball a lot, I believe. I believe Justin Fields is going to run the ball a lot. The New York Jets are going to get after Dak Prescott. Book it. I would not be surprised if the Jets blitz an extreme amount of times today. The Jets are going to get after Dak Prescott. I do believe that Jaden Blue will be a factor today. At least I'm hoping he is. The Cowboys will rush for 150 to 200 yards. That's what I'm praying for. Clowney will get a sack today. Going to be a tough game. Cowboys, I believe, will turn Justin Fields over at least one time today. I'm calling it. Finally, my final score for today. Cowboys 37, New York Jets 17. The New York Jets are giving up an average of 30 points per game. The Cowboys are scoring more than 30 points a game. I don't see any reason the injuries are the only thing I can see that can slow us up. But the reason why I don't think it's going to slow us up is because we can run the ball. We can run the ball. And because we can run the ball, I think it's going to buy us some play action. And I think we're going to be able to take advantage of some things, even with injuries to CeeDee Lamb, even with injuries to Kevontae Turpin. I still think the Cowboys and Dak Prescott are going to be able to do their thing. But if the Cowboys do everything or most of the things that I'm talking about, I do believe the Cowboys will win this game 37-17. 37-17. John Jones, yes, sir. It's a New Jack City. Yeah, we getting this win today. We got to have it, bro. We got to have it. Christopher Palmer, he said, yes, sir. Gee, we getting this thing today. Charles Moon said, we have problems with scrambling quarterbacks. Well, Jadeveon Clowney is here. And I think Jadeveon Clowney is going to put a stop to this. Bam Bam Gaines, he said, we're putting together a complete game on this great Sunday, y'all. I believe so, too. Defense going to come to play. They're slowly getting better each week. Jadeveon Clowney is going to help them. Yep, James Houston, Bernard Fields. James Houston and Jadeveon Clowney on the field at the same time is a problem. It's a problem. And the Cowboys need to keep that problem on the field. Real the Cowboy, he said he got it 50-40. Yeah, Dominique Pittman, no doubt about it. Houston on passing downs. He needs more pass. He needs to be on the field more. Big Rombowski, he said he going 27-22 Cowboys only because Vegas has the over-under at 47.5. Gregory says 30-20 Dallas. Charles Moon said 28-17 Dallas. John Jones said 38-20 Cowboys. Madman said won't run on Clowney. I'm with you too. I'm with you too. All right, let me get this next score in. If the Cowboys do good, the score is going to be 37-17. Worst case scenario, if the Cowboys don't do good, we're going to see a similar game to the doggone Chicago Bears, and I see the Jets winning 24-13 if the Cowboys just absolutely botch this game. Don't think it's happening. I think it's going to be more like 37-17. My sister Angie, the Rebel Chick's in the house. What's going on with you, my sister? Good to see you. Pray all is well. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bernard Fields. Bernard Fields says, Sam Boyd 2 tackles at halftime. Bernard Fields 2 tackles at halftime would be a lot for Sam Boyd, bro. This dude be missing tackles left and right, man. This dude be missing tackles left and right. Terry Tatum, 35-17. Newhouse fam, 34-17. Ron Hanna, I'm hoping the defense can play smart today, and that's asking a lot. But he said, but I like us 31-21. Ron Hanna, our defense is the defense for the other team, bro. It's really that bad. Devin Mills, he said 35-17. Man, I'm with you, bro. Sad boy gets 2 tackles, boy. That's an upgrade, bro. That dude been missing tackles left and right. Hey, Jay, Shotty better come with it, some flea flickers or something. But yeah, he going to come with it. He going to be in his bag today. Big Rubowski said, even if it's a bad Sunday, I still think Dallas can get at least 17 on the board, but some of them might be garbage time. Bro, I believe the Cowboys got to score. Well, I think they are going to score points. I think George Pickens is going to have another big day. I don't think the Sauce Gardner can take away Pickens. Man, I'm telling you, man, people underestimate the fact this dude, George Pickens, is a big wide receiver. This dude is 6'3". He is a very big wide receiver, man. Not big as in body-wise, but he's tall, he's lanky, and what makes him really good, he's athletic and he's strong. Shoot, man, this dude here, Pickens gonna be a problem for him. And they may even try to, Sauce Gardner, they may even try to let him go one-on-one. I hope they do. I hope the Jets do try to be prideful and let him go one-on-one with let him go one-on-one with George Pickens. Shoot, I'm taking George Pickens all day long. The Big Rombowski, he said Sam Boyd is a defensive MVP so far. He said minimally viable product. Yes, sir. He the MVP for the other teams. Yeah, Demetrius Adams. Yeah, he gonna be a problem for Sauce Gardner. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Shadid, what's up? He said we haven't had a dominant game out of 4 games. Yeah, we got 2 on defense today. We do. We do. All right, guys. That's gonna do it for me today. Appreciate you rocking with me on this Sunday morning. I'll see y'all. We'll be back today. We'll be back after the game. We'll be back tonight, and we'll be back to our regular scheduled program this week. Not to mention, next Sunday morning, y'all put this on your time frame. On your time slots. Again, I believe the Cowboys going to rock out today. I think they're going to rock out today. I think they're going to have a big, big game. So, looking forward to seeing y'all after the game. Again, until the next time, prayers up for Ron Hanna and the death in his family. Prayer for your family, my brother. Prayers up for you. Prayers for the Cowboys. Prayers for Dak Prescott to stay healthy and the rest, and this team to not get any more injuries. No injuries on the field today for anybody. Nothing serious. Let's get this thing going. Let's go, Cowboys. DC4L, God bless. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.
Yo, G, bless him, bless him, bless him.